Yes, Watmon. Good afternoon. How are you, Watmon? You're too low.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How are you?
We are present, teacher.
That is so good. Louisa, are you fine?
Yes.
Good to hear that. Bolo Jonathan, are you okay?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Onyango Bernard, good afternoon. Those one joining my class. Those one joining my class without the video, please turn on your video, turn on the camera. Let us turn on the camera, yes? Why are you hiding? Teacher, I'm Tendo, that is Watmon. Okay, Tendo, good afternoon to you. But you have renamed your device Jolly Watmon. Okay, Tendo. Meanwhile, Chistaka, Nabatanzi, Segawa Talik, Aviela, Sharon, Nalubega, Sharif, Mulunji, Mikai, Katerega.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
I think network is bad.
Your network is not okay.
Thomas.
Can you hear me well?
My camera is not showing. I can't hear you well. My camera is not showing well. Teacher, network is bad. Good morning, everyone.
Okay. Those who are already in class, please mute. Let us mute our microphones to avoid the background noise.
I'm not muting. My camera does not show. Teacher, my camera is not showing.
Okay, since you have refused to mute, the teacher has decided to do it for you. Anyway, all of you, good afternoon once again. You're most welcome to my class. I'm Teacher Thomas Ojo, going to handle you Literacy 1A or Science. I can see the number is now good to start. Those who are still joining in the class, they will find us on the way as time is going. Then to those who have not renamed their device, please rename your device, because the teacher would like to know you by your name. Those one, someone is using Infinix Hot 7. Tap on participant. Tap on participant, then you're going to tap on name, or you're going to tap on that Infinix. Yes, in case you're using that, the Infinix. Please make sure you rename your device. Meanwhile, Jonelle, Marion, you're most welcome. Serico, you're most welcome. And the rest, Kodari, you're also most welcome to my class. Right, to begin our lesson, let us start by reminding ourselves on what we learned yesterday. I know we have already learned about the vectors. We said vectors are insects or animals that spread diseases causing germs, while germs are small living organisms that cause diseases. We also went ahead and looked at the examples of vectors where we gave many of them. And we started looking at those vectors one by one. We are now done with the mosquitoes. I hope we know the types of mosquitoes, the diseases they spread, and the rest about mosquitoes. We are, then the next one was which vector that we learned yesterday. Who can remind us? Very fast, Chirabo, your hand is up. Talk to the teacher. Esther?
learned about housefly.
Very good. We talked about the houseflies. That was what we learned yesterday. We learned about houseflies, and we have learned about the parts of a housefly. Not only the parts of a housefly, but we also learned about many things about the houseflies, diseases spread by the houseflies, how to control houseflies in our environment. And also we said, we look at the life cycle. We said that houseflies, they undergo 4 stages of growth. Houseflies, they undergo 4 stages of growth or development. And we also talk about those life cycle. We said, if I may ask my question, how are houseflies useful to man? How are houseflies useful to man? Who can tell us? I repeat the question again. How are houseflies useful to man? Houseflies are also useful to us. How are they useful? In which way? Luisa? First turn on the camera, Luisa. Yes, you can now unmute and you tell us, how are houseflies useful to us or to people? Okay, let me get Nalubega. Nalubega, your hand is up. Unmute, you tell us the answer. Yes, Nalubega. How are houseflies useful to man?
Houseflies are useful because the liver stage reduces the volume of feces in latrines.
Very good girl. Their larva stage helps to reduce the volume of feces in the toilet. Very good. Everyone, you have to remember that. If they ask you, how are houseflies useful to man, you are going to say that their larva stage helps to reduce the volume of feces in the toilet. Thank you so much. Another question. Another question is, how are houseflies dangerous to man? How are houseflies dangerous to man? How are they dangerous? Who can answer that? Okay, I can see answer many. Let me get Chitaka. Yes, Mano.
Houseflies are dangerous to man because they give man diseases.
Not they give, they spread, yes? Chitaka, you getting? Okay, but your answer is correct. You have a good idea. Houseflies are dangerous to man in the way that they spread diseases to man. Thank you so much, Chitaka, for giving us the answer. And everyone, I think you still remember. Maybe my last question. Examples of diseases spread by houseflies to man. Who can give us at least 2? Examples of diseases spread by houseflies. Mulunji Mikai. Mulunji, unmute.
Cholera.
Cholera, correct. Apart from cholera.
Trachoma.
Trachoma, correct. Trachoma is that eye disease. I'm going to get someone also to add for us, another one. I've seen you, Immaculate. Yes, Immaculate, unmute.
Malaria.
Malaria, no, thank you for trying, Immaculate. Malaria is spread by the female Anopheles mosquito. We are looking at the diseases spread by the houseflies. Meanwhile, I can see Pamela is saying diarrhea, which is correct. Nabatanzid, trachoma, correct. Let me hear from Sharon, Abiela.
Dysentery.
Correct, dysentery. Sharon, long time.
Diarrhea.
Correct. Everyone, thank you so much for the wonderful answers you're giving. Thank you so much for the wonderful answers you're giving. I think now let us go and look at the new things that we are supposed to learn today. And now I request everyone to be very attentive as you listen to the teacher explain, yes? So with that, I also gave my work yesterday in the Google Classroom, but few of you turned in. You didn't do my work. I don't know what went wrong. So you are supposed to visit the Google Classroom. You find there the work. If you need the lesson notes, you will find it there. Homework, you'll also find it there. Please make sure you do it and you submit it for marking. So we are in for primary 3 literacy 1A, that is science by teacher Thomas, my name, in case you have forgotten. Our ways of work remain as usual. Let us try to follow them. In case you're moving up and down, please, you're going to miss what we are learning. Get settled in one place. If your friend is disturbing you, first tell your friend to give you some time. To those who are sitting 2-2, if you're sharing the same device, please make sure you don't disturb your friend. Then you are going to unmute to speak on permission. That is when the teacher has allowed you to talk. So those are our ways of work. Let us try to follow them. We are still under vectors. However, what we are going to learn right now, we are going to look at a different vector, and that vector is called the cockroach. Yes, that vector is called the cockroach. So now what we are going to do, let us start by naming the parts of a cockroach. Let us know the parts of a cockroach, because you never know, they may draw it in your question paper, or any person can ask you to draw it and then you label those parts. So here is the diagram that we are supposed to label it. We are going to start naming those parts, where please follow my cursor, where I'm drawing those lines. So this part you're seeing here is called antenna. This part here is called antenna. And another name for antenna, you can also call it what? Feeler. You can call it feeler or antenna, and its function is used for feeling. You get that? So that part that I've circled there is called antenna. And don't forget that with the cockroach, it is also a true insect. It is made up of 3 parts, or it has 3 main parts. And the 3 main parts of a cockroach are the one we have here, the head. A cockroach has the head, and on the head, there are the antennas and the compound eyes. Get that? Then another main body part of a cockroach here is called the thorax, which is the middle part of the body. It is found in the middle, the thorax, and on the thorax, the wings and the legs are attached to. So the wings and the legs are attached to the thorax. Then we also have the abdomen. The abdomen is here. Let me hope you are following it. The abdomen. And then on the abdomen, the spiracles are found on it. And the insects use spiracles for breathing, because they ask you what is the function of the spiracle. The spiracles are used for breathing. Then still to naming the part of a cockroach, this part here is called the leg. This one is the leg. Insects like the cockroach use it for walking. And then this part here is called wing. Don't forget, with a cockroach, it can also fly as one way of moving from one place to another. So those are the parts found on a cockroach, if you may draw it and you like to label it. So those are the parts of a cockroach. I think they're not very difficult. You can easily remember it. Maybe let me hear from someone to name for me any 3 parts of a cockroach. Who can name for us? Okay, and Sahab, any 3 parts of a cockroach? Jaden?
A mosquito.
Jaden, are you following my lesson?
Yes, teacher.
What are you seeing on your screen there?
A cockroach.
Okay, you name for me any 3 parts of a cockroach.
Antennas.
Good.
Thorax.
Good.
And legs.
Very good. Thank you so much. Let us continue again to another part. I think no one can fail to name the parts of a cockroach. So another thing that we are going to look about is the features of a cockroach. Future of a cockroach. How are you going to describe a cockroach? How does it look like? Or what do they do? The features. Now, number 1, you find that with a cockroach, you have to know the color of a cockroach. What is the color of a cockroach? You find that with a cockroach, it is a brown winged insect. A cockroach is a brown winged insect. Its color is brown and it has wing. Altogether, then another feature is that it has a flat abdomen. The abdomen is flat. It has a flat abdomen. Apart from those 2, with a cockroach, it lays its eggs in dark corners. Cockroaches lay their eggs in dark corners. That is where they always lay their eggs. Then lastly, it is mostly found in dirty places. Cockroaches or a cockroach is mostly found in dirty places. That is where you will find cockroaches or a cockroach. So if you don't know where cockroaches live, you just know you can find them in dirty places in case you're looking for them. Priska, are we still together? Nazeba, tell me something. Are we still together?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, let us continue. We go to another thing. Places where cockroaches live. Where can you find cockroaches or where do they stay? 1, cockroaches stay in pit latrines. They stay in pit latrines or toilets. That is where they are found. Apart from that, cockroaches stay in cracks of walls. Cockroaches stays in cracks of walls. In case you have the cracks on the wall there, when you check it after some time, you may find that a cockroach is hiding inside the cracks there of the wall. So we are giving places where cockroaches are found: pit latrines, cracks of walls, and they also live in the drawers. Cockroaches live in the drawers. Apart from drawers, they are also found in the cupboards. Cockroaches are also found in the cupboards and also in the bookshelf. They are also found in the bookshelf. And lastly, cockroaches are found in dark, dirty stores. So those are the places where cockroaches are found. Let me know if someone is following my lesson. Jonelle, you're going to unmute. Yes, Marion. Unmute and talk to the teacher. Okay, Jonelle is not unmuting. I'm going to talk to Aloyo. Yes? Aloyo?
Yes,
How are you, Aloyo?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, good. Aloyo, Aloyo, name for me 3 places where cockroaches live.
Pit latrines, cracks on the walls, drawers, and bookshelves.
Very good, correct. Thank you for following the lesson. So those are the places where cockroaches live. Now to continue, I'm not going to repeat again the same thing. However, we are still talking about the cockroaches. Let me go to another thing that is now things that are eaten by cockroaches. Who can tell us? Who can take us through that? Things that are eaten by cockroaches. What do you think cockroaches eat? There's this one using Infinix Hot 10. Unmute. Yes, how are you?
Fine.
What is your name?
Manson Nakawis.
Nakawesa.
Yes.
You know how to rename your device?
Yes.
Do you know how to rename your device?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to rename your device. You put there your real name, yes? Okay, you take us through things that are eaten by cockroaches. What do you think cockroaches eat? What do they feed on?
Figures.
Yes,
Books.
very good. Apart from books,
Crosses.
clothes, good. Another one?
Figures.
Figures or feces?
Figures.
That word is feces. Yes. Another one, Jehovah.
No.
You're still giving.
Popo.
Poo-poo.
I.
Okay, thank you. Now, those are the things eaten by the cockroaches. In case they ask you, if you don't keep those things well, things like books, if you don't keep your books well, cockroaches can feed on them. Papers, maybe your past papers, you did the exams, you don't want to keep your papers in the files. So with the cockroaches, they can feed on them, they eat. And also another thing that they feed on, or what they eat, is that they feed on feces. That's why they are found in toilets. They feed on feces. Then lastly, they also eat what? Clothes. You find that if you don't keep your clothes well, they can easily be eaten by the cockroaches. Tell him to give me like all the 10 minutes. So those are the things that are eaten by the cockroaches. I hope they are not very difficult. They are not that very difficult. So the next thing is now the life cycle of a cockroach, or their stages of development. Don't forget, there are two types of life cycle. We have complete life cycle and then incomplete life cycle. You get that? Those are the two types of the life cycle. Complete life cycle and incomplete life cycle. When you talk about complete, it means it undergo all the 4 stages of growth. And the 4 stages of growth are eggs, larva, pupa, and then adult. But for the cockroach, it undergo all the 3 stages of growth. So therefore, the types of life cycle that a cockroach undergo is called incomplete life cycle. You get that? Or incomplete metamorphosis. Now, here are the three stages. The three stages here start from one. We have the adult cockroach. The adult cockroach will lay the eggs, which will be now another stage. So another stage is the egg, which is being laid by the adult cockroach. Then the eggs will develop or will grow into another stage, which is known as nymph. This stage here is called what? Nymph. The nymph is now the larva stage of a cockroach. Then from nymph, the nymph will develop into an adult. The nymph will develop into an adult. So those are the three stages of growth or development or in cockroaches. So don't forget, cockroaches undergo three stages of growth. The adult, which is this one here. Then eggs. The eggs will hatch to form what? The nymph. Then the nymph will grow into adult. So those are the three stages of development or growth in a cockroach. I hope no one will fail the stages of growth. The stages of growth. Let me hear from Shanita. Shanita, unmute.
Yes, teacher.
Shanita, name the three stages. Name the three stages of growth of a cockroach.
Egg.
Yes.
Nymph, adult.
Very good. So those are the
Eggs.
Yes.
Nymph and adult.
Correct. Thank you so much, Shanita. Thank you so much for giving the stages of growth in a cockroach. Then the next thing is now examples of insects that undergo three stages of growth. What are those insects that also go the same stages of growth like a cockroach? You find that those insects are one, we have the cockroaches itself undergo three stages of growth. Apart from the cockroach, we have the locust. We have the locust, the one that destroys the crops. And then we also have grasshoppers. They undergo three stages of growth. Apart from grasshoppers, we also have the dragonfly. The dragonfly. And then we also have termites. We have termites, the one that lives in the ant hills. They also undergo three stages of growth. Then lastly, we have what? Crickets. So those are the examples of insects that undergo three stages of growth. They undergo only three stages, which is known as incomplete life cycle or incomplete metamorphosis. I think our time is going very fast, and I'm going to go to the next thing. Differences between a nymph and an adult cockroach. How is a nymph different from an adult? I hope you can check there. You see that the diagrams, how they look like. They all look different. This side here, I have the nymph. The nymph is here. And then on the right-hand side, I have the adult. And please let me hope you are observing them very well, how they look like, as we give the differences between them. Now, one difference is that when you talk about the nymph has no wings. The nymph has no wings, as you can see here. It has no wings. Meanwhile, the adult has wings. So that is one difference. Apart from talking about the wings, you find that with the nymph is white in color. The nymph is white in color. Meanwhile, the adult cockroach is brown in color. The adult cockroach is brown in color. Then another difference is that the nymph is less active. The nymph is less active. Meanwhile, the adult cockroach is more active or very active. Apart from being active, you find that with the nymph is smaller. The nymph is smaller than the adult cockroach. Meanwhile, the adult cockroach is bigger. Get that? So those are the difference between the nymph and then the adult. When you're giving, you're going to say that nymph has no wings, while adult cockroach has wings. Then you'll also continue by saying that nymph is white in color, while adult is brown in color. So my dear primary 3 children, my time has come to an end, though we are still enjoying the lesson. But please, I request to stop here. We are going to continue from where we have stopped next time. That is tomorrow, the same time. So for now, because another teacher is knocking at the door, let me stop here and say bye-bye to all of you. So right now, let us stop here. Unless maybe you have a question.
Bye, teacher. Bye. Bye, teacher.
Okay, thank you for being
Bye,
here.
teacher. Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher Thomas.
Bye, teacher.
Bye,
Teacher Thomas.
Bye,
You didn't
teacher.
speak to me. Bye, teacher Thomas. You
Bye,
didn't speak to
teacher.
me. Teacher Thomas, you didn't speak to me.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching us. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Teaching us. Bye, teacher.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you for teaching us, teacher.